Well, oh, thank you. In mid-May of 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. You know, my initial feelings were of sadness, the deepest sadness I've ever felt in my life. I've never felt that kind of sadness and grief. And it was brokenness. It was truly brokenness. I told God I was ready to die. And I am. You know, well, I am ready to die. And I'm ready to be in His arms. But I didn't want to die. There were a few miracles that happened during this time. In the very beginning, especially, in fact, back up a couple of weeks, just a couple of weeks, I invested in some insurance that would supplement 20% of my Medicare. And I was told that was the last day I could invest in that insurance. And 2 weeks later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And on May 29th, I had the surgery. I was told it was stage 1, which made me very happy, but I was still really nervous. I hadn't reached out to God yet, other than to tell Him I was ready to die. And after the surgery it came back that it was stage 2, which is not stage 4, thank heavens. However, it was in my lymph nodes, and when it reaches your lymph nodes, it can spread throughout your body. And so I was very, very afraid. I had to go through chemo, I knew that. I had to go through radiation, and I was miserable. I cried a lot. If I hadn't had my friend Jane, and she will kill me if she knows I mentioned her name, Jane Chase, if I hadn't had her, I would have not survived, I don't believe. Anyway, with this diagnosis, I couldn't control any of it, none of it. It was all out of my hands. And I didn't know what to do with it. I just didn't. So I don't know why it came to my mind, but I got myself a journal, and it's my prayer journal. And as soon as I got that diagnosis, I started writing other people's names down with their problems. And I prayed for them every single day. And within hours of starting that prayer journal, God gave me joy. He just lifted me out, which I believe was a miracle. He lifted me out. I was riding high emotionally and spiritually. However, I was still going through the rotten chemo, the horrible radiation, and it was bad. I've got to say, I look back, and it was worse than I ever could have imagined. But God gave me joy, and I didn't understand this joy. So I went to Dorothy. I don't know Dorothy's last name.
Cassidy.
Cassidy?
Cassidy.
Dorothy Cassidy. She's a pastor friend that was attending this church for a while. And I told her, I don't get this joy. I don't get this joy that I'm going through. It's amazing, but it scares me. I've never had anything like it. And she said, Connie, this is God's answer. He gave you a way out, and this is your way out. It's joy. And I've ridden on that joy ever since that first day of that diagnosis. And I can't explain it. I didn't ask for it. God just lifted me out. And I honestly believe it's because I reached out to pray for others. I really do think that's the reason. Anyway, I'm so thankful that God got me through it. I haven't gotten my clean bill of health yet, but I will. And even if I don't, I'm ready to go. And I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to this church body. You have been amazing, lifting me up in prayer and being there for support. And I gotta say, this church body has the most awesome group of women I've ever known in my life.
Yes, they do.
They wrap their arms around me and held me tight. And don't stop. Because I'm going to hold you tight when you reach your broken spot. That's it.
Thank you.